There is someone in your life right now, and after every conversation with them, you feel exhausted. Not physically tired, but mentally drained, like something was taken from you. You sit down after talking to them, and you just feel empty, like you ran a marathon but went nowhere. And the strange part? You cannot even explain why. They did not say anything obviously wrong. They did not insult you. There was no big fight, no dramatic moment, but you always feel worse after talking to them. Every single time. If that sounds familiar, this video is for you. Because today I am going to give you 7 clear signs that someone in your life is costing you more than they are giving you, and what to do about it. Calmly, without drama, without guilt. Stay with me until the end, because the last sign is the one most people spend years ignoring. Before we get into the signs, I want to say something important. I am not a therapist. I am not a life coach with a certification on my wall. I am someone who spent years holding on to friendships that were slowly draining me. Because I felt guilty letting go. Because we had history. Because I kept thinking, it will get better. I kept telling myself, maybe I am the problem. Maybe I am being too sensitive. Maybe I am asking for too much. But at some point I realized something. The people who truly care about you do not make you feel like you need to constantly justify your feelings. They do not make you feel like a burden for simply existing. Real friendship should feel like rest, not work. So everything I am going to share today comes from real experience. Not theory, not something I read in a book. Things I had to learn the hard way. Sign number 1. You feel relieved when they cancel plans. Think about the last time they sent you a message saying, "Hey, something came up, cannot make it today." What was your first feeling? If it was relief, if there was a small part of you that thought, "Thank God," then pay very close attention to this sign. Because that reaction does not happen with people who energize you. When someone you genuinely enjoy spending time with cancels, you feel disappointed. Maybe a little sad. You were looking forward to it. But with this person, there is relief. Sometimes even excitement. Your evening just opened up. You can breathe again. And here's the thing. You probably feel guilty about that reaction. You tell yourself you are being a bad friend. But that guilt is not the problem. That relief is the message. Your body already knows what your mind has not fully accepted yet. It has been keeping score this whole time. Sign number 2. You edit yourself around them. You got a promotion at work, or something good happened in your personal life, and your first instinct is not to call them. Why? Because you already know how it will go. They will say congratulations, and then immediately pivot to something about themselves. Or they will find something wrong with your good news. Oh, but is the pay raise enough? Oh, but that job is so stressful. Oh, I remember when I got promoted. So you stop sharing the good things. And then something hard happens. And you do not tell them that either. Because last time you opened up, they made it about themselves. Or they gave advice you did not ask for. Or they told other people. So now you are performing. Every conversation is carefully managed. You think before every sentence. You share only the safe, neutral things. That is not friendship. That is exhausting. Real friendship is the one place where you should not have to perform. Sign number 3. The friendship is always on their terms. Look at your message history with this person. Who texts first? Almost always you. Who makes the plans? Almost always you. Who checks in after a hard week? Almost always you. And when you need them, they are suddenly busy, overwhelmed, going through their own stuff. They will catch up with you soon. But their problems? Those get your full attention immediately. When they are struggling, you show up. You make time. You listen for hours. The effort in this friendship flows in one direction. And you have been the one doing all the flowing. A friendship that only works when one person is carrying it is not a friendship. It is a responsibility you never agreed to take on. Sign number 4. They compete instead of celebrate. This one is subtle, and it took me a long time to recognize it. You share something good, and instead of just being happy for you, they immediately bring up something better that happened to them. Or they go strangely quiet. Or they ask questions that are not really questions. They are doubts dressed up as concern. Are you sure that is a good idea? Do you think you are ready for that? I just want to make sure you have thought this through. They cannot simply sit in your happiness with you. Something about your win makes them uncomfortable, so they have to shrink it or redirect. The people who genuinely love you can celebrate you without it costing them anything. Your success does not threaten them. Your happiness does not make them smaller. If someone consistently responds to your good news with anything other than genuine joy, notice that. Sign number 5. You feel judged, not understood. There are certain people in your life, and you can tell them anything. The embarrassing stuff, the ugly thoughts, the mistakes you made, and you know they will not think less of you. You know they will not bring it up later. You feel completely safe. And then there are people where you are always slightly guarded. You share things in a certain way. You leave parts out. You frame things carefully because you are not sure how they will react or what they will do with the information. With this person, which one is it? If you are constantly performing a version of yourself that is more acceptable, more together, more impressive, that friendship is costing you your authenticity. And that is one of the most expensive things to give up. Sign number 6. The energy is always uneven. You know that feeling after a really good conversation with someone, where you hang up the phone or walk away from the coffee shop and you feel alive. You feel seen. You have new ideas. You feel like yourself, maybe even more than before. Now think about how you feel after talking to this person. There is a reason some people leave you energized and others leave you depleted. It is not random. It is the quality of the exchange. It is whether the conversation is mutual or one-sided, whether you feel heard or just used as an audience. You are always the one giving, always the one listening, always the one making them feel better. And when you need that same energy returned, it is just not there. You cannot keep pouring from an empty cup. And some people in your life will drain that cup every single time, without ever thinking to refill it. Sign number 7. Your gut has been trying to tell you. This is the one. This is the sign people spend years ignoring. You have had a feeling about this person for a while now. Maybe months. Maybe years. Something just feels off. You cannot fully explain it. There is no single event you can point to. But somewhere underneath all the history and the familiarity and the guilt, there is a quiet voice that keeps saying, "This is not right for you anymore." That voice is not being dramatic. That voice is not jealousy or selfishness or sensitivity. That voice is your pattern recognition system. It has been watching. It has been collecting data from every interaction. Every time you left feeling smaller. Every time your needs went unmet. Every time you felt invisible in a conversation that was supposed to be about both of you. Your gut has already made its decision. The only question is, how long are you going to argue with it? So, what do you actually do with all of this? Cutting someone off does not have to look like a dramatic confrontation. It does not have to be a long message explaining everything they did wrong. You do not owe anyone a detailed breakdown of why you are choosing your own peace. Most of the time, the healthiest thing you can do is simply fade. Respond a little slower. Initiate a little less. When they reach out, be warm, but brief. Stop volunteering your time and energy. Let the natural distance grow on its own. Some people will notice. They will ask what is going on. At that point, you can be honest and kind at the same time. Something like, "I have just been really focused on myself lately. I need some space right now." You do not have to explain further. You do not have to justify it. You do not have to make them understand. And some people will not notice at all. They will not reach out. They will not check in. The silence will just settle in. And if that happens, that silence is your answer. That tells you everything you needed to know about how much they valued what you had. Here is the truth nobody really tells you about letting go of a friendship. You will feel guilty. Even when you know with complete certainty that it is the right decision, you will still feel guilty. That guilt does not mean you are making a mistake. That guilt means you are a person who genuinely cared. A person who gave real effort to something. You should not be ashamed of that. But here is what I want you to hold on to. Caring about someone does not mean you are required to keep accepting something that is slowly costing you your peace. You can wish someone well and still choose not to have them in your life. Those two things can exist at the same time. You are allowed to outgrow people. You are allowed to change what you need. You are allowed to choose yourself, without explanation, without guilt, without a trial. The right people for your life will not make you feel like you need to earn your place in theirs. If something in this video made you think of a specific person, sit with that. Do not rush to a decision, but do not keep ignoring what you already know either. Drop a comment and let me know which sign hit closest to home. I read every single one. And if someone in your life needs to hear this, Send it to them. Sometimes the most caring thing you can do is share something that says what they have been feeling but could not find the words for. See you in the next one.